Subscribe, please! Hi everyone! Today we have another drip marketing for Kirill Chudomorovich Flins right there. So we're gonna read this text and then we're gonna check this other post here, and finally we're gonna have a look at the design. So let's see. Holy yap! During harvest season, no visitor would be considered too strange a guest at the festivities. As the setting sun cast its light over the marketplace, such a scene soon unfolded. A certain gentleman arrived as well, and curious locals soon drew him into their lively conversations. The gentleman introduced himself as Flins, a warrior of the Light Keepers. He had been awarded the Civilian Commendation Medal in recognition of his squad's efforts in repelling abyssal creatures. The incident happened a long time ago, though no one had stepped forward to organize it. The people wordlessly agreed to express their gratitude this way. The medal had been heavy, delivered to him in a time-worn box. Considering how many casualties the operation had racked up, Flint did not think even 10 medals could do justice to the losses. There used to be more of them, 7 or 8 in this squad, but now only Flint remained, guarding the cemetery near the lighthouse. For a moment, the crowd fell silent. The story brought to mind many things. The wild hunt, the monsters, as well as other memories that weighed heavily on the heart. Sorrow rendered them speechless. Some others had questions, and so they asked them, but Flint did not answer. He kept his head down, seemingly reminiscing. Compared to other Light Keepers, Flint spoke with an air of elegance. He did not deign to answer questions about his origin or whether he had any siblings. Instead, he was more inclined to talk about distant and related matters. He had a way of recounting events with perfect measuredness. Just as in conversations, never excessive, the past through his words made listeners think to themselves, what an unforgettable tale. Considering the vast majority of his audience lacked much life experience, many would listen to Flint didn't so out of curiosity. It just so happened that his action fit precisely this need. He invariably selected tales perfectly tailored for public retelling. Okay, interesting. So he seems to be way more social than I thought he would be, I guess. He goes to gathering and tells stories, which is certainly something. Let's see here. Sir Flins lives in a lighthouse far away from here. He's decisive in action and seems quite tactically adept, or so I hear. Sorry, I can't say for certain. I'm a new joiner and have never worked with him directly. Everything I've heard comes from the Starshina. You want to know what I think about him? I suppose he's a man with many stories. Not very strange how a warrior like that carries himself with such a refined air. And then there's his expertise in using his eloquence to get what he wants. Iluga. So his name is Kirill Chudomorovich Flins. The title is Shadowy Lights, Stranger Whites. Ratnik of Not Karai. The Moonwheel Electro Constellation Laterna Vigilis. Ratnik. Ratnik meaning... It means is a Russian future infantry combat system. Okay, so it's an army guy. Again, I think with his name, it's pretty clear that there's a high chance that it does come from Snezhnaya. And maybe it comes from a noble family of Snezhnaya or royalty or something like that, right? That would make sense, especially with, you know, his eloquence and air of elegance and all of that. And I will say, I think when it comes to male design in Genshin Impact, this is definitely one of the best ones. I think it looks pretty good. I think this is pretty on par. I think in terms of how good it looks, I think it's pretty similar to how, what's his name? The gauntlet guy in the prison of Fontaine. I think that guy also looks pretty good, but if I had to say which is my preference, it's definitely this one. I prefer the black and purple aesthetic for sure. So I think Flames look very, very good. Obviously, he's a electro character. I think he's a polearm user. And he's going to be the character that so far Inefa has been made for. He's going to be the main electro DPS in that Lunar Charge team for sure. So there you go. Looks very, very good. For me, unfortunately, this is probably going to be a skip. I've used a lot of my pools recently, so I'm kind of out. I had a hope that Flint was going to be phase 1 and then Loma phase 2, but it seems that it's the other way around. So I'll try to drop anything I can on Loma. Hopefully I get her. If I don't, I'll try to get her on a rerun. And yeah, sadly, there's just too many characters I really want in Okrai, like Loma, Nefer, Alice, N. I don't remember her name. I don't know why. I can never. The Angel, Exen Circle Girl. Who else do I really want for that cry? Columbina. You know, Marionette, if she's playable. I mean, Pantalone, I think. So yeah, there's a lot of characters coming out, so I gotta be careful. And sadly, it'll have to be a skip. Maybe I'll pick him up in a rerun someday if I really like the character. But yeah. Anyway, so that's my thoughts. Man, look at him. Look at those boots. I feel like it's kind of crazy. It kind of feels like it could be coming out straight out of Love in Deep Space, right? I don't know why. It just gives me that vibe. The Goonies is unceasing. So yeah, really like this. I think I feel like I'm thinking like, am I gonna need him? Probably not, because like if I really want to make some electrocharge team or like stuff like that, I can probably make it work even without him for a while. That can be like decent enough, because if we look at like electro characters, right? I'm trying to think. I do have Chlorande, and while she was like, you know, she's not as good as Varisa nowadays, and she's probably not going to be as good as Flins, I think she will be able to do the work, right? So I can probably do a team with Chlorande, and like the goal would be maybe I can do something like Chlorande, the new so Chlorande, I know. I'm thinking Chlorande, I know, maybe Sucrose, and then Lauma. That would be the idea, right? That way I get like a big team that's going to be dealing like a lot of... we're going to get some Lunar Charge out there. I don't know if... I hope so. I think I know can create Lunar Charge, but if that's not the case, it's a bit of a womp-womp. Anyway, so that's my thoughts. I still really like the design, but there's just too many cool characters coming up in Nonkarai, so I'm gonna have to make some sacrifices. It is what it is. Let me know, guys, what you think. Down in the comments. Are you gonna be pulling for him? Is this a skip for you? Like, subscribe if you enjoyed the video. It really helps, especially with the new YouTube way of counting views. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this. You can catch me live on twitch.tv/KittyKathee or right here on YouTube. So I'll see you there. Bye!